Some bad news for South African commuters with a possible taxi fare increase on the cards. This follows the 3-day Santaco conference held in Sun City. Petrol, diesel and food prices have gone up. But is a fare hike a wise move in a country still recovering from the effects of the lockdown? We are joined by Bafana Magagula, Chief Strategic Manager of Santaco, to shed some light on this. Mr. Magagula, good afternoon and thank you very much for your time. Taxi fare increase on the cards? Is it in the near future?
Definitely, it is in the near future. Actually, it is our normal season that between June and July we increase taxes. It's not because of any punishment for what we have lost during COVID-19 and what we are losing during this time of this ridiculous petrol hike. It is just a normal one. We will not increase to punish commuters.
What does a normal increase look like in your industry?
Well, a normal increase in our industry looks like any increase in fares between 10 and 25%, depending on what distance we're talking about. And normally, long distance would not exceed 15%. However, local would sometimes reach up to 25%.
That's very hefty. That's very hefty, Mr. Magagula. It's much higher than inflation is currently, and poor commuters are reeling under the economic pressures. Many people have lost jobs, and the economy is not growing. Opportunities are tighter and tighter, and they need the transport. But I mean, 10%, 15%, that's very, very high.
Look, when we say 10 to 15%, we've in most cases never increased up to that much. However, it's just an imagine that we are putting to say a commuter should expect. You know, realistically speaking, our increases happen between 3 and 4 years. In a 3 to 4 years period. For instance, if you go to many commuters, they will tell you that since COVID-19, in their areas, taxes have not increased to date. So, and it is reality that in some areas, for more than 5 years, there has been no increase implemented.
Okay, your conference, your 3-day conference, is it over now at Sun City? Mr. Magagula, are you there? Oh, yeah. I think he was on the move around Rustenburg in the northwest. That's not far from Sun City. Unfortunately, apologies, we lost that. I just wanted to get an understanding if the whole council at the strategic conference was agreed on a particular number. I mean, June and July are around the corner. That's their normal season, he says, for the taxi industry to increase fares. So it's going to be a hefty one if they implement that 10 to 15% increase, depending on the routes. But he says during COVID-19, over the last 2 years, they've not really increased their fares. Mr. Magagula, are you back with us?
I am back with you.
Okay.
We are in the side of Sun City. There's a very poor network.
Yes. Is your conference over?
Our conference is not over yet. However, elections have taken place and the new executive has been put in place this afternoon. We have a new president who replaces Mr. Taibosh and his committee.
Okay, can you tell us about the new president very briefly while we've got this connection?
Briefly, the new president is Mr. Abner Tsebe. He hails from Tshwane region. He's also the chairman of Tshwane region, and also he is the chairman of Gauteng province, Santaco Gauteng province. He's a very young, vibrant man. He's a man with a passion for the taxi industry, a man with a focus, a man that we see with his young brain, he will be able to carry us forward after taking from Mr. Taibosh.
What do you expect from the new leadership? What is the new vision you expect?
Well, what we expect, firstly, is to move with the new technology and improve the taxi industry, looking into how offices must operate, and also looking into putting some technologies in the taxis that will make taxi drivers make more money, get into parcels delivery, into the food delivery business, so that when taxis are off peak during 9 and 3 o'clock in the mornings, they are able to make money instead of them standing at the taxi rank and doing nothing. Is also to look at having style, taxi ranks of a style. In terms of style, I mean improving them. When you go into an airport, there shouldn't be a very big difference between an airport or a railway station and a taxi rank. We want to improve that and make sure that each and every taxi rank has got some facilities such as fast food, proper fast food, improve those women who are selling in the open there, give them proper kiosks, give them proper gas stoves and electricities there.
Okay,
and also put clinics in most clinics.
So there's going to be technology, digitization and improvement of the infrastructure around taxi ranks. Finally, just to get another on the taxi fare hike, you said your normal season is June, July. So there will definitely, it's not possible, there will definitely be an increase in taxi fares come June or July this year.
Definitely. Maybe definitely is a harsh word. Some association may not increase. However, commuters must expect, but also we warn or advise our taxi owners and drivers to put notices, at least give not less than 7 days to commuters so that they can prepare for those new increases.
Okay, final question. Your strategy session is still underway. The issue of violence in the taxi industry comes up now and again. There's a fight between different associations over routes, for example. Currently, there are serious allegations against the long-distance taxis in the Eastern Cape and the Western Cape that they are behind attacks on the Inter-Cape bus service. Is Santaco concerned about this? What do you know about it, and what will you do on your side to make sure that the violence in the taxi industry is a thing of the past?
Well, first of all, I need to mention that Santaco condemns violence in the strongest possible term, and the outgoing president has established a conflict resolution committee that must look into violence. The Eastern Cape challenges. We've heard about it, and we are definitely having a new plan to go and assist in resolving it.
Okay, thank you very much for your time. That's Bafana Magagula, Chief Strategic Manager at Santaco. Well, brace yourself, taxi commuters, come June, July, and some of the routes, definitely. But he says it's a harsh word, but it's very likely now that there's going to be a new taxi fare increase this year, brought on largely by the rise in the recent fuel prices.